Anything mysterious is magic, something that people can't explain, something weird happens, something strange. There's nothing strange to seeing a guy get out of a straitjacket. He wiggles around, tries, and gets the thing out. Houdini didn't do any magic. He did escapes and put his name across. He couldn't do magic. No, I'm not going to do any tricks or try to do any magic, but I'm going to show you an old swindle that they used to play on the Mississippi boats years ago. And the strange thing is, they're still doing it on the sidewalks of New York. And a short time ago, right on the corner of 42nd and Broadway, they were tossing, they call this tossing the broad. So, you know, the slang expression, the broad is a card, but they call it, a more polite term is find the lady. In other words, they used to take two black cards and a red card, and it's a very simple game. The idea is to follow the position of the red cards when the person operating throws them down. Now, when they used to do this on the Mississippi boats, they used to say a little game from Hanky Poo. The black for me and the red for you. And they'd say, if you bet 10, you get 20. If you bet 20, you get 40. I mean, then they used to throw these cards around. They'd throw them down very slowly like this. You see, they'd show the queen. And the idea was to see where the queen went. Now, you saw the queen go in the center, didn't you? Did you?
No.
Well, no, I'm trying to explain the game.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, I'm trying to explain the game to you, because if you don't understand it, you won't be able to win any money. Of course, we're just joking. But anyway, now here's why this game is so hard to follow. You can't, you know, if you bet on it, you'll always lose your money, because no matter how closely you watch, you'll see how deceiving this game is. Now remember, there's the queen. Now when I throw the cards like this, and I show you these two cards as black, like this, I'll show you the two black ones, you naturally think this is a queen, but that's black, you see. That one over there is black, and this one's black, and if they bet on this one, they lose, because that's black, and this is black, and the queen is that. It's clear as crystal, isn't it? Now look. No, please, if you just nod your head, that'll be sufficient. You don't have to applaud, thank you. Now look, now I'll show you how impossible it is to win at this game. Because look, when I take the cards, anybody can see, when I have one card in my hand, a 5-year-old boy can see where that card goes. But when I have two cards in the hand, it's hard to see whether I throw the bottom one or whether I throw the top one. That's the hard part. Now let me show you why it's so hard to you see, now this way, when I throw the cards, you can see where the queen goes. But when I throw them this way, and you see these two are black, you naturally think it's over there, but it's never there. It's never there, never there, and never here. It's always over there. Now you understand. So now, but even now, the average American or Canadian or Englishman is too timid to risk $1, and they have to have a sure thing before they make a bet. So here, these boosters in the audience, or they call them shills or Confederates, they have Confederates in the audience who are standing around. They're just lay people. They're working with the cheater who's throwing the cards. So here's what happens. One of these Confederates on the outside, when they throw the cards like this, he picks the wrong card and he throws the card on the floor, you see. I mean, he gets sore and he throws it down. Now, when the operator turns to pick up the card, the Confederate bends up the corner of the card a little like that. He bends the corner up and he covers it over like that. And the operator picks up the card from the floor and he said, "Listen, mister, don't throw my cards around. They get soiled, they get dirty, and you'll be able to tell one from the other." He pretends not to notice that there's a bend on that corner. So when the operator picks up the cards like this and he throws them, the shill, the booster, makes a big bet and puts his hand over and he says, $20 on this card, $20 on this card. And he turns over and of course he wins because the card is bent. I mean, anybody can follow the card because it's very noticeable. But I want you to watch this closely. Now that card is black, definitely. And this card is definitely black, and the bent one is here. So it's very easy to follow when you throw the cards like this. And they see that they bet on the bent one, you see? And the fellow says, "Hey, well, the cards are bent. How much did you bet?" They turn it over, and the card is black, and this is black, and the little queen is over there. Well, anyway, that's that. I'm too old to perform. I'm over the bridge, as they say, but that's a little lesson. Never bet on this game if you ever see anybody playing it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Cover that one and cover the center one to make sure they're covered. I'm going to explain how this is done, but I'm going to simplify it so you can understand it. I'll put one of these back in my pocket, and I'll put this one back in my pocket. So if I put these two away, that leaves one under the center cup, doesn't it? There's one there. But you see, this one has returned again. Now, the reason for that is this. You were probably watching the wrong hand. When I told you I'd put it in my pocket, I have nothing here. I keep the ball here. I only pretend to put it in my pocket. Now I bring it down with my little finger, and I tilt the cup and put it underneath the cup. But if I actually put it in my pocket, how many are there under the center cup? You haven't been watching. There's 3 there. Don't be afraid to guess. Now, look, there's 3. See, if I put all 3 away, now how many under the center cup?
Probably 25.
No, there's only 1. And there's 1 here, and there's 1 here.